It'll be tough to forget this evening. How about your surroundings here at Valcour Bay? And hopefully we'll have a memorable fight as well. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody...
Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson.
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Defense is not an option for these two. A perfect counter lands. Straight right just misses. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They miss with the jab. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Perfect counter shot. Just missed with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Win the next one. We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
Had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to...
Whoa, Johnny! Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Catch and shoot. They exchange punches. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Beautiful counter shot. Tried to score with a jab. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter shot. Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. Good counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. From this moment forward, he can... Let's get it started in round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
That counter shot lands. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Good counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. He misses with that jab. They both want the knockout. Those counter punches have to hurt. And he scores with the counter. When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to... There's the bell for round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. There's a counter shot. Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Back into the fray here in round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Done with that counter shot. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of defense here at all. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
You know, I've been in fights like that.
There's the bell to start round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Punch, counter punch. Big whiff with the right hook. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Stamina. And down goes Crawford. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
lot of heart to beat the count there.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
On the job. That was a terrible.
Here we go. It's round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Incredible work rate. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, if their intention is to anger the opponent, I think it's going to work. There's a counter shot. Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Beautiful counter punch. Talk about Crawford in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more.
Come on.
Round 8, and we're off again. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Catch and shoot. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Well done with that counter shot. The perfect counter lands. Good punch. The jab doesn't quite connect. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
I've got to see that again.
And you saw it here live.